morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in your day. Welcome to lesson number three, online learning, Mr. Harris, Algebra 1, and Informal Geometry at Petoskey High School. Glad you are joining us, hoping you and your families and your loved ones are doing well. So without further ado, let's hop in here and see what we are going to address today. So, overview stuff. Yeah, welcome. Just quote we talked about last week, or I guess earlier in this week. Sorry, everything kind of blends together a little bit. Hey, more math classes student take, higher your earnings 10 years later, nearly 20% increase at 1.5. So there is value in doing this, and I appreciate your efforts to this end. And I know it's a challenging time, it's a new time, but challenges provide opportunities to improve us. So, an opportunity for growth in difficult, new, uncertain times. So point number one here that I want to start with is prep for next year. So prep for next year right here. So the reality is this, challenge you to do not only what we're doing, but also start on next year's stuff. I mean, I can't stress how much of an advantage it is to get ready for next year's. I'm recording a lesson, so you need to go play in your room. Here, you can come give me a hug, and everybody can see. Okay, say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hi. All right. Hope you're well. All right. Take care. Love you, boy.
Love you,
All right. Love you. Okay. All right. Sorry for that interruption. Yeah. So not only do what we're doing now, but you get an opportunity via Khan to start in geometry if you're doing geometry next year. Start in Algebra 2 if you're doing Algebra 2 next year. Because the reality is, all the research I've seen is, the more often you see something, you actually can spend less time at each individual data point working on it. So for example, like if you spend 15 minutes today and 15 minutes tomorrow, and 15 minutes the next day and 15 minutes on Friday, that'd be an hour. But that would be more effective than spending, an hour and a half in one sitting, right? So the more often you see it, you can actually reduce the time you spend looking at it. All right. So challenges spend half hour a day, and then in proper place with minimal distractions. Hey, so as you can see, my son interrupting, minimal distractions. I've got space that usually pretty quiet, but there's 6 people in this house and 2 dogs, and so there might be distractions from time to time, so we can roll with that, but minimize it. I wouldn't. I'm not recording this in the toy room with a 2-year-old and a 1-year-old. That would be a maximum distraction. All right, part 2, balance. Talked about earlier this week, developing a routine. So routine is essential. Ordering your life properly provides for a wonderful life, and then make sure you give yourself space for study. So again, minimal distractions. Like I'm here, pretty quiet down here, but sometimes I get some interruptions. But again, not doing this in front of the TV, my phone is away. I'm not listening to, hip hop or anything like that. So yeah, order it. Make sure you have a good space for it. Active. Can't say enough about getting active. Get outside, get active. For some reason, it decided to snow last night, which I'm not thrilled about, but get outside, get active. Again, half hour a day, not a big deal. Just make sure you get that piece in. Your body and your mind will thank you for it. And then, make sure you have interactions with family and friends. Be appropriate with social distancing. So, yeah, make sure you have some balance. Work on your school, work on your getting outside, work on relationships while being appropriate. All right, so last thing, and this is basically the same from Monday, 75% would be great. I know the con things, especially in algebra, are getting more challenging. So reach out with questions. I'm about to have a FaceTime meeting with a student. So totally happy to do that and help you guys to master the material. And again, I'm doing it with my kids. Like we're working on kindergarten level stuff and first grade level stuff. I get to do the math, my wife does English, but everything you can prep for next year, even if it's not perfect, even if you just get a look at it and start to sort it out, will help. And then there's a form. So thank you guys for checking in on the form, mathematics and everyday life. A lot of cooking, a lot of running, spending money stuff. So yeah, just check in. Let me know that you're checking in on this stuff. And again, if there's like a concern, just reach out, call, email, text. Like I said, doing FaceTime. Can you FaceTime? Can you Skype? Google Hangout, Zoom, whatever. So yeah. So without further ado, then let us look at the first geometry problem. So if you're in algebra, you can jump to the end. I'm doing an algebra problem at the end, but next we'll do geometry. All right, informal geometry example. So here we go. So it says find the area of the shape. So let's get the area of the shape. Area of a triangle is equals pi r squared. Okay, so what is r? R is the radius. In this case, it is 2. So I'm just going to plug that in here. 2. Okay. And then 2 squared is 4, so I'm going to simplify and I'm going to rearrange. We're multiplying, so order doesn't matter. 4 pi. So that would be the area of the whole circle. Well, we don't have the whole circle. We have, looks to me like we've got 3/4 of the circle. 1, 2, 3. So I am going to take 4/3 pi and I'm going to multiply it by 3/4. Now you can do this on your calculator using 3.14 for pi. I'm going to use fraction, put that over 1, okay? And reduce some things and then write it as an exact. You can either do exact or you can do a decimal. It does not matter. I'm going to do exact and then probably show you how to do a decimal as well. So that cancels with that, and those both turn into 1s. And you multiply straight across. So 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times pi times 3 is 3 pi. So that is the area. So I would put that in there. And again, if you feel more comfortable with the decimal, which no worries in this case, so that would approximately be 3 times 3.14. So the con has a calculator function, which you can use, which is pretty nice. I used it yesterday. 3 times 3.14, I got 9.42. So either way. So I hope that helps you do area and partial area. There's a diameter and radius thing, and then there's a circumference piece as well. And circumference, just remember, circumference is the same as perimeter. Let's try and do this. Okay, so circumference. It might be spelled wrong. Circumference is perimeter, a circle. And the formula is C equals diameter times pi, or circumference is twice the radius, because if you double the radius, you get the diameter times pi. So I don't know how to put pi in with that typing thing. So what I'll do is this. Get this. Diameter times pi, and circumference is twice the radius times pi. And there's videos on Khan if you get stuck, no worries. And there's videos on YouTube. So yeah, there you go. I hope that helps you if you're in geometry. I appreciate you guys working on Khan. I appreciate you checking in the emails and via the forums. And if you get stuck, just reach out. I can give you all the help that I can. Hope you guys are well, and put some more stuff on Khan, and see you guys with another video next week, Monday. All right, be well, take care, and if you're in algebra, I will do an algebra problem. Okay, so here's the algebra problem. Better erase some stuff, huh? So let's get rid of that geometry and let us do some algebra. So this can be challenging. This is what we would have been doing in class, and this is where we're going with Algebra 2 stuff. So yeah, let me walk you through one. And again, if you want to reach out, great. And take the quiz as many times as you want. So really, this is just a big dressed up division of fraction problem. So division of fraction problems, as you guys have been well drilled, this is really just a keep, change, flip problem. And we're increasing in difficulty, and nuances should be expected, right? farther we go, the more subtlety and nuance and difficulty there should be, and that's right. That's how you grow and get better. So, yeah. So to start this guy, I would I'm gonna factor this left-hand fraction. Okay, so right here, if I'm looking at this, I'm gonna GCF that. Okay, and my GCF on that is going to be, I believe, 2y. Okay, so I pull out a 2y, and I am left with y minus, oh, yeah, y squared minus 5y minus 24. Okay. Similar thing with the bottom. Let's change the color on the bottom. And I believe we've got a 3 that's going to come out of that. Okay. So, yeah. Let's see if we can get the line. Okay. Look at that. Okay. So then I've got 3 and y minus. Okay. There's that. So there's the keep. And then we go to the change. So let's change some colors. That's going to go on the bottom, and I'm just going to factor it because 3 and 2 gets me 5 and multiplies to 6. So I'm just going to kind of do 2 things at once here. And I'm going to do y plus 2. And plus 3. All right, so go back. I never changed it, so I'm going to turn that division to a multiplication. Get my fraction bar here. So I kept, I changed, I'm flipping, and I factored that first piece. So then let's also factor this piece. Let's change this guy. I'm like using green, but desperate times call for desperate measures. All right, so what do we got here? GCF here looks like 9y cubed. And that leaves you with y plus 2. Okay, so we're in a good spot. We've got kept, factored, changed, factored, factored, All right, now we do need to deal with this, the excluded value stuff that I did last time. So what makes the expression undefined? That is excluded values. The denominator, let's speed this up a little bit. Cannot equal 0. So we need to find, we just set the bottoms equal to 0 and see what values would be excluded. So let's do that kind of over here. We'll do y minus, we'll do each one of these pieces. So we'll do this piece, and this piece. Set those all equal to 0. So maybe I can do this with tags. So you can, so if we do y minus 8 equals 0, and we do y plus 2 equals 0, y plus 2 equals 0, and we do y plus 3 equals 0, y plus 3 equals 0. All right, so those are going to be our 3 excluded values once we solve that. So if I add 8 to each side, I get y not equal positive 8, adding 8 to both sides, and I get y cannot equal negative 2 by subtracting 2 from each side. And same thing here, y equal minus 3. Okay, so that would be, we had 8 down here, negative 2, and negative 3. So we'll just go ahead and those in. That would be one part of it. That would be one part of it. I think this one down here is 8. Okay, so we took care of excluded values. So now we go back here and we're gonna, we got one last piece to factor right here. And then we're gonna just start, have a big canceling fiesta and then see what's left over. All right, so if I factor this part in red in the parentheses, I should get y minus 8 and y plus 3. All right, if I did that there, okay. So what is going to happen is this is really this piece right here, factored. So I'm going to, and I would write the whole thing out if I was doing this by hand. This software is a little clunky, so let me get rid of that. And let's see if we can select some stuff. Oops, see if we can like select this whole piece. Look at this. Look at us go. All right, so there we are with that. And then, yeah, and now it's like what cancels. And we're multiplying in any order. So as long as the whole thing's on the top and the whole thing's on the bottom, it will cancel. So y minus 8 cancels with y minus 8. Y plus 3 cancels with y plus 3. Y plus 2 cancels with y plus 2. I've got a 3 and a 9, so that's going to turn into 1. That's going to turn into 3. And then really, I'll rewrite it because we don't have much left. 2y times 3y cubed. Over 1, I mean, if you want. Over, but it's all the same. So then just multiply across and you get 6y to the 4th. So there is your final answer. Okay, so this part would go in here. And then you need to bubble in those excluded values. So I hope that helps. Really, a lot of this is factoring review from before. Keep change flip is something you are well schooled in from those great teachers at the middle school and elementary schools. And it's just a matter of canceling different stuff. So I hope that helps and puts you in a good spot with this. And again, if it's a challenge, reach out, keep chipping away at it, and I am here to help you. So FaceTime, email, chat, text, Zoom, Google Hangouts, Skype, whatever to support you in this. Keep working hard, keep staying healthy and spending time with family, and we will talk to you. We will meet up with you soon. So be well, take care. Looking forward to staying in touch with you, at least virtually, for a while.